team, I'm Stephen Ring, Area Manager at Tamarua.
Hey team, I'm Shaz, I'm Resource Manager.
Hey team, I'm Joe, I'm a site manager in Cambridge.
Hey team, White Nation from the
Please join us when we go through the following segment of health and safety around.
So greasing a machine should be done on a daily basis. My preferred method is at the end of each day. The reason why I like doing it at the end of each day is because all your pins and bushes, they're warm, and when you apply that grease, the grease is going to get all the way through. So good habit to get into at the end of each day when you shut down is to grease your machine ready for tomorrow. If you were to not grease the machine on a daily basis, the bushes and all of these pinch points here, they wear out and you end up wearing the pin itself. Now, one of these bushes for a shutdown of a machine due to lack of maintenance, we're talking at least a day worth of productivity that we're going to lose that machine, plus the cost to fix the problem. So without grease, it's costing the company unnecessary money.
I'll talk to you about the fundamentals of pre-starting a machine. The 5 main fundamentals of pre-starting a machine are engine oil, hydraulic oil, oxygen, water and fuel. So what we have is a 5-ton excavator here that we're going to pre-start. The main thing is making sure that it's fundamentally stable, all the attachments are down and it's level because it gives us the most accurate reading. In here we have the dipstick for the engine oil. We'll give that a good clean, always make sure we double dip. And as you can tell, we're sitting right on that full level. It's also important to reach in and check the fan belt, make sure they're not loose, make sure they're nice and firm. If the coolant, you can tell that's sitting on the full, and in here we have the air filter. Definitely throughout summertime we need to be regularly pulling these out and giving them a good clean out. In here we have the sight glass for the hydraulic oil as well, and we've actually got a little space in here where we can check it sitting on the high level there. Once you've checked those main points, it's always good practice to walk from back to front of the machine, and just having a look at couplings, hoses, attachments, general wear and tear, and anything that might be out of sorts that you can highlight. If you're unsure about certain things on your machine, the machine checklist is a good prompting point to highlight all the little boxes that you need to tick to ensure your machine is adequate.
In operating any machinery, please always remember to wear your seatbelt.
I can't reach the pedals. Park the machine up, put all attachments onto the ground and disengage the safety lever.
Make sure your tracks are all clean before loading. Get rid of all the dirt.
When preparing a machine for transport, make sure the machine is fueled.
Before loading the machine, we would just want to ensure that all loose items of the machine are all swept off. When entering a machine, always maintain 3 points of contact. Is that all right? my ass look. At the end of each day, make sure we sweep out and clean our machines. Not only is it good practice to turn up in the morning and know you're in a good machine, it might not be you in the machine and someone else, and you've set the standard and kept it clean.
So sweeping it out, making sure it's clean, but also these mats, these can be removed, and as you can see there's quite a large build up in here, and what happens in here is this one here also comes out, but all your pivot points in your pedals are all under here, and if you don't clean all of this out, over time you'll wear the bushes out, and then you'll have a machine that could potentially break down and loss of productivity on site.
When a machine's getting ready to go off-site or be off-hired or transported to some other site, please make sure that the machine check is done and the finish hours on your site is captured. We can either do it on these machine books that Camex provide per machine, or we can do it on iAuditor. Please make sure that you capture any faults with machine and record them so that these sheets can go back to your resource managers, either Chris Kitcher in Cambridge or Shaz down in Taupo.
So when preparing a machine ready to go on the transporter, there's a couple of key points here. Is make sure you park the machine in an area where a transporter can reverse up to, so the machine can be loaded straight onto the back of the transporter. Also, with the loading of the machine, it is the liability of the transporter operator to load that machine and unload the machine. It comes down under their insurances if something bad does happen.
When spreading loads, we want to make sure we're on a hard, rolled, flat surface, and we want to stand at the back of the truck when they spread on the driver's side so we can maintain positive communication.
There you go.
Be aware of overhead power lines and always have a spotter or yellow warning flags, and communicate positively with the truck drivers.
Working within 4 metres of those power lines, you need to obtain a close approach permit from the asset holder.
Operating machine, it's important to understand where your blind spots are. Now every machine's different, but I'll use the grader as an example. And On a clear vision forward, we can basically see off to the sides and everything forward. In reverse, we have our 2 mirrors and we have a reverse camera. Understand why we are operating. We're trying to watch our blade, and it's super hard to look at our mirrors and our reverse camera and our blade and our sides and forward at the same time. If you're unsure as to an operator and blind spots they do have, in the morning or smoker time or after work, it's quite important to hop in the machine yourself and just actually have a look and see what blind spots they do have, so you do understand what you're dealing with on a working platform.
Is it a photo or a video?
Oh, it's just whatever it might, but you actually got a smile.
Sweet.